George Hackenschmidt won a World Championship tournament to become the first champion, as well as several other tournaments in Paris, St. Petersburg, Hamburg, Elberfeld, Germany and Berlin in the same year. He also won the European Greco-Roman Heavyweight Championship title from Tom Cannon on September 4, 1902 in Liverpool, England. He won the recognition of being the World Heavyweight Champion on January 30, 1904 in London by defeating Ahmed Madrali. Hackenschmidt defeated American Heavyweight Champion, Tom Jenkins, on May 4, 1905 in New York City to become the recognized World Heavyweight Champion in North America. On April 3, 1908, Frank Gotch defeated Hackenschmidt to become World's Champion in Chicago, Illinois. Gotch went on to defeat Hackenschmidt in the rematch, and stayed undefeated for 5 years until he retired on April 1, 1913. On July 5, 1915, Joe Stecher defeated Charlie Cutler to become the first widely recognized World Heavyweight Champion. Earl Caddock defeated Joe Stecher on April 9, 1917 in Omaha, Nebraska. Then 3 years later, Stecher would have his chance at a second reign. January 30, 1920, New York City, New York. Joe Stecher defeated Earl Caddock to become the first two-time champion. Ed the Strangler Lewis defeated Joe Stecher on December 13, 1920. After business continued to struggle, three men would shape the future of professional wrestling moving forward: Ed Lewis, Billy Sando, and Toots Mondy, effectively known as the Gold Dust Trio. They revolutionized the business by introducing time limits, disqualifications, signature holds, cheating tactics, referee shenanigans, and even tag team wrestling. They even started hiring a stable of wrestlers for extended periods of time to travel around the country. By having the same stable of wrestlers, they were able to promote their shows in advance, as audiences would become more familiar with the wrestler. Also, having the same stable of wrestlers would enable storylines and angles to play out. In doing so, more promotions would start to pop up across America. Ed Lewis would drop the title to Stanislaus Zbyszko on May 6, 1921 in New York. Ed Lewis would regain the championship from Zbyszko on March 3, 1922. Wayne Munn would receive his chance to hold the title on January 8, 1925, after defeating Ed Lewis in Wichita, Kansas. Wayne Munn, in a scheduled defense of the title against Zbyszko on April 15, 1925, went horribly wrong. When Zbyszko went against the booker's instructions and defeated Munn in a shoot, Zbyszko then immediately dropped the title to the promotion's biggest competitor, Joe Stecher, on May 30, 1925 in St. Louis, Missouri. Stecher would continue to dodge Ed Lewis, who proclaimed to get the title back in a shoot fight. And by the time Lewis regained the championship on February 21, 1928, the business had been damaged. Lewis had already defeated Wayne Munn on February 2, as Munn was still recognized as world champion in Michigan and Illinois. Gus Sonnenberg won the championship on January 4, 1929. However, he was stripped of the championship when he failed to meet real title contenders. In Los Angeles, California, Ed Don George became recognized as world champion on December 10, 1930. Ed Lewis won his fourth world title on April 13, 1931. Lewis lost the World Heavyweight Championship by disqualification to Henri de Glon on May 4, 1931 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, but still was recognized as world champion in Illinois. Lewis also defeated the title claimer, Waldek Zbyszko, on November 2, 1931. And Jack Sherry on October 10, 1932. Dan O'Mahony would defeat Jim Londos to win the World Heavyweight Championship on July 30, 1935 in Boston, Massachusetts. O'Mahony would then defeat Ed Don George to become the undisputed champion on February 9, 1933. Dick Chicot defeated Dan O'Mahony on March 2, 1936. Ali Baba defeated Dick Chicot on April 25, 1936 in Detroit, Michigan. On April 29, it was announced by the New York Times that Ali Baba would not be recognized as world champion in New York State. However, it was announced that Ali Baba would face Dick Chicot on May 5, 1936 at Madison Square Garden for the World Championship, and Baba went on to defeat Chicot, thus being recognized as the World Heavyweight Champion. Dave Levin defeated Ali Baba on June 12, 1936 in Newark, New Jersey. On September 29, 1936, Dean Thedden defeated Levin. Bronka Nagurski defeated Dean Thedden on June 29, 1937 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and was widely recognized as the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion by the Ring magazine. November 18, 1938. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jim Londos defeated Bronka Nagurski. Londos would retire as world champion in 1946. At this time there were many different promotions with their own recognized world champion. This would continue until the birth of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA would be a governing body, with one undisputed world champion. This control, as well as the expansion of the interstate highway systems, and the popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in what would become the territory system. So on July 14, 1948, Orville Brown became the first official NWA World Heavyweight Champion. After Brown suffered career-ending injuries in an automobile accident on November 1, 1949, Lou Thesz was awarded the championship on November 27, 1949. Thesz had defeated Wild Bill Longson on July 10, 1948 in the National Wrestling Association, and Baron Michel Leone on May 21, 1952 to become undisputed champion. Leone Mellini defeated Thesz on March 22, 1955. Lou Thesz would regain the title on July 15, 1955 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Whipper Billy Watson defeated Lou Thesz on March 15, 1956. Thesz's fourth title reign would begin on November 9, 1956. Edward Carpentier defeated Lou Thesz on June 14, 1957 in Chicago, Illinois. Lou Thesz defeated Carpentier on July 24, 1957. Dick Hutton defeated Lou Thesz on November 14, 1957. Pat O'Connor defeated Dick Hutton on January 9, 1959 in St. Louis, Missouri. Vern Gagne seceded from the NWA after failing to win the championship from Thesz. Thus began the American Wrestling Association. The AWA recognized O'Connor as the first champion, and was given 90 days to defend the title against Gagne. Vern became the AWA champion. June 30, 1961. Chicago, Illinois. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers defeated Pat O'Connor to become the new champion. Lou Thesz defeated Buddy Rogers on January 24, 1963. Promoters in the Northeast United States refused to recognize Rogers' one fall loss to Thesz, thus breaking away from the NWA to form the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Rogers was declared the first WWF World Champion 3 months later on April 25, 1963. Gene Kiniski defeated Lou Thesz in St. Louis, Missouri on January 7, 1966. On February 11, 1969, Dory Funk Jr. defeated Gene Kiniski to become NWA champion in Tampa, Florida. Harley Race won his first title after defeating Dory Funk Jr. on May 24, 1973 in Kansas City, Missouri. Jack Briscoe defeated Harley Race on July 20, 1973 in Houston, Texas. Giant Baba became champion, after defeating Jack Briscoe, on December 2, 1974 in Kagoshima, Japan. Jack Briscoe defeated Giant Baba on December 9, 1974 in Toyohashi, Japan. December 10, 1975 in Miami, Florida, Terry Funk defeated Jack Briscoe for the World Championship. Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk was, and remained the only brothers to ever hold the NWA World title. Harley Race defeated Terry Funk, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada on February 6, 1977. The American Dream Dusty Rhodes defeated Harley Race, on August 21, 1979 in Tampa, Florida. 5 days later in Orlando, Florida, Harley Race regained the title, by defeating Dusty Rhodes. Giant Baba defeated Harley Race on October 31, 1979 in Nagoya, Japan. Race would capture his fourth title on November 7, 1979 in Amagasaki, Japan by defeating Giant Baba. September 4, 1980 Giant Baba would win the title for the third time, after defeating Harley Race in Saga, Japan. Harley Race would regain the title in Atsu, Japan on September 10, 1980 after defeating Giant Baba. Wildfire Tommy Rich would shock the world by defeating Harley Race on April 27, 1981 in Augusta, Georgia. 4 days later Race would defeat Rich to become champion for the sixth time. In Atlanta, Georgia on June 21, 1981, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes would defeat Harley Race to become NWA champion for the second time. The Nature Boy Ric Flair defeated Dusty Rhodes in Kansas City, Missouri on September 17, 1981. June 10, 1983. Harley Race defeated Ric Flair to win his 7th World Championship. The Nature Boy Ric Flair defeated Harley Race in a steel cage to regain the World Championship on November 24, 1983 in Greensboro, North Carolina at Jim Crockett Promotions' inaugural Starrcade. May 6, 1984 at the David Von Erich Parade of Champions event in Irving, Texas. Kerry Von Erich defeated Ric Flair. Later that month on May 24, Ric Flair would regain the title by defeating Kerry Von Erich. July 26, 1986 in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Great American Bash on Tour, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes defeated Ric Flair in a steel cage to become champion for the third time. Ric Flair defeated Dusty Rhodes on August 9, 1986 in St. Louis, Missouri. Hands of Stone, Ron Garvin defeated Ric Flair on September 25, 1987 in Detroit, Michigan. The Nature Boy Ric Flair would regain the title for the 5th time on November 26, 1987 in Chicago, Illinois at Starrcade 87. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat defeated Ric Flair in Chicago, Illinois on February 20, 1989. May 7, 1989 in Nashville, Tennessee the Nature Boy Ric Flair would defeat Ricky Steamboat to become champion for the 6th time. Sting defeated Ric Flair on July 7, 1990 in Baltimore, Maryland at the Great American Bash. Ric Flair would regain the title on January 11, 1991 in East Rutherford, New Jersey by defeating Sting. After this title win, Flair was also recognized as the first WCW World Heavyweight Champion. March 21, 1991 in Tokyo, Japan. Tatsumi Fujinami defeated Ric Flair at WCW and New Japan Super Show. Controversy hung over this title win, as both competitors claimed the victory in the title. Ric Flair defeated Tatsumi Fujinami at the first Super Brawl on May 19, 1991 in St. Petersburg, Florida. At the end of June 1991, Ric Flair left WCW for the WWF, thus being stripped of the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Lex Luger defeated Barry Windham on July 14, 1991 in Baltimore, Maryland at the Great American Bash. The NWA officially stripped Ric Flair of the World Championship on September 8, 1991. This marked the first time that the NWA title became vacant. February 29, 1992 Sting defeated Lex Luger to become the WCW World Heavyweight Champion in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Big Van Vader defeated Sting on July 12, 1992 in Albany, Georgia to become the new WCW World Champion. On August 2, 1992 in Baltimore, Maryland, Ron Simmons became the first African American to become a world champion by defeating Big Van Vader for the WCW title. New Japan Pro Wrestling brought back the NWA World Heavyweight Championship on August 12, 1992 at their G1 Climax tournament when Masahiro Chono defeated Rick Rude in Tokyo, Japan. Big Van Vader defeated Ron Simmons on December 30, 1992 in Baltimore, Maryland to regain the WCW World Championship. January 4, 1993 in Tokyo, Japan at Super Show 3, the Great Muta defeated Masahiro Chono for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Barry Windham defeated the Great Muta for the NWA World Heavyweight title on February 21, 1993 in Asheville, North Carolina at Super Brawl 3. In London, England on March 11, 1993 Sting defeated Big Van Vader to become the new WCW World Champion. 6 days later on March 17, 1993 in Dublin, Ireland, Big Van Vader regained the WCW World title after defeating Sting. July 18, 1993 in Biloxi, Mississippi the Nature Boy Ric Flair defeated Barry Windham to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion at WCW Beach Blast. The WCW withdrew from the NWA, thus renaming Flair's championship as the WCW International World Championship. Ravishing Rick Rude defeated Ric Flair on September 19, 1993 in Houston, Texas at Fall Brawl for the WCW International World title. At Starrcade 93 on December 27, 1993 in Charlotte, North Carolina, Ric Flair defeated Big Van Vader to become WCW World Champion. Hiroshi Hayes defeated Rick Rude on March 16, 1994 in Tokyo, Japan to become the new WCW International World Champion. March 24, 1994 in Kyoto, Japan, Ravishing Rick Rude regained the WCW International World Champion by defeating Hiroshi Hayes. Sting defeated Rick Rude on April 17, 1994 in Chicago, Illinois for the WCW International World title. Also that same night the WCW World Championship was held up due to a double pin occurring in the match between Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat. After the title being vacant, Ric Flair defeated Ricky Steamboat on April 21, 1994 in Atlanta, Georgia to become WCW World Champion once again. This match aired on WCW Saturday Night on May 14, 1994. May 1, 1994 in Fukuoka, Japan. At Wrestling Dontaku 1994 Rick Rude defeated Sting for the WCW International World title. Rude was later stripped of the title for using a foreign object during the match for the victory. However, Sting did not want to reclaim the title in this way, declaring the title vacant. Sting defeated Big Van Vader for the vacant WCW International World Championship on May 22, 1994 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The WCW World Champion Ric Flair defeated the WCW International World Champion Sting in a title versus title match on June 23, 1994 in Charleston, South Carolina. This unified both world titles. July 17, 1994 in Orlando, Florida Hulk Hogan defeated Ric Flair to become the new WCW World Champion. The Giant defeated Hulk Hogan on October 29, 1995 in Detroit, Michigan for the WCW World title. On November 6, 1995 the title was declared vacant due to the controversy surrounding the Giant's title win over Hulk Hogan. The Macho Man Randy Savage won the 60-man three-ring battle royal to become new WCW World Champion on November 26, 1995 in Norfolk, Virginia. Ric Flair defeated Randy Savage on December 27, 1995 in Nashville, Tennessee at WCW Starrcade. In Las Vegas, Nevada on January 22, 1996, Randy Savage defeated Ric Flair for the WCW World Championship on Monday Nitro. Ric Flair defeated Randy Savage in a steel cage on February 11, 1996 in St. Petersburg, Florida at Super Brawl. On April 22, 1996 in Albany, Georgia the Giant defeated Ric Flair to become WCW Champion for the second time. After turning on WCW and forming the NWO, Hollywood Hulk Hogan defeated the Giant on August 10, 1996 in Sturgis, South Dakota. The Total Package. Lex Luger defeated Hollywood Hulk Hogan on August 4, 1997 in Auburn Hills, Michigan. Hogan regained the championship on August 9, 1997, in Sturgis, South Dakota after defeating Lex Luger. Sting defeated Hulk Hogan at Starrcade on December 28, 1997 in Washington, D.C. for the WCW World Championship. After the controversial ending to the championship match at Starrcade and at the Nitro after, Sting was stripped of the title. Sting defeated Hollywood Hulk Hogan on February 22, 1998 in Daly City, California. April 19, 1998 in Denver, Colorado, the Macho Man Randy Savage defeated Sting for the WCW World Championship. Hollywood Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Savage April 20, 1998 in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Goldberg defeated Hulk Hogan on July 6, 1998 in Atlanta, Georgia for the WCW World Championship. Kevin Nash defeated Goldberg on December 27, 1998 in Washington, D.C., at Starrcade. Hollywood Hulk Hogan pinned Kevin Nash after a finger poke on January 4, 1999 in Atlanta, Georgia. The Nature Boy Ric Flair defeated Hulk Hogan in a First Blood barbed wire steel cage match on March 14, 1999 in Louisville, Kentucky. On April 11, 1999 in Tacoma, Washington, Diamond Dallas Page won a Four Corners match, also involving Sting and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Randy Savage was the special guest referee. Sting defeated Diamond Dallas Page on April 26, 1999 in Fargo, North Dakota. Later that same night, Diamond Dallas Page won a Four Corners match, also involving Kevin Nash and Goldberg, to become champion once again. Kevin Nash defeated Diamond Dallas Page on May 9, 1999 in St. Louis, Missouri. On July 11, 1999 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Randy Savage pinned Kevin Nash in a tag team match with Savage and Sid Vicious facing Kevin Nash and Sting, where if someone pinned Nash or made him submit, that person would become champion. Hollywood Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Savage on July 12, 1999 in Jacksonville, Florida. Sting defeated Hulk Hogan on September 12, 1999 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Sting was stripped of the title on October 25, 1999 in Phoenix, Arizona after losing an unsanctioned match against Goldberg and attacked referee Charles Robinson at Halloween Havoc. Bret Hart defeated Chris Benoit in the finals of a world title tournament on November 21, 1999 in Toronto, Ontario, to become the new WCW World Champion. Bret Hart vacated the title on December 20, 1999 due to the controversial end to a match with Goldberg at Starrcade. That same night, Bret Hart defeated Goldberg in a rematch for the vacant title in Baltimore, Maryland. January 16, 2000 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Bret Hart vacated the title due to a legitimate injury that eventually forced him to retire 9 months later. Chris Benoit defeated Sid Vicious for the vacated title on January 16, 2000 in Cincinnati, Ohio. The following day, after a dispute with management, he left WCW for the WWF. Sid Vicious defeated Kevin Nash for the vacated title on January 24, 2000 in Los Angeles, California. Sid Vicious was stripped of the title on January 25, 2000 in Las Vegas, Nevada by WCW Commissioner Kevin Nash. That same night, Nash awarded himself the title. Sid Vicious then won the title in a triangle steel cage match by making Nash to submit. On April 10, 2000 in Denver, Colorado, all WCW titles were declared vacant by Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff after WCW was rebooted. Jeff Jarrett defeated Diamond Dallas Page in a tournament final for the vacated title on April 16, 2000 in Chicago, Illinois. Diamond Dallas Page defeated Jeff Jarrett on April 24, 2000 in Rochester, New York. David Arquette won the championship in a tag team match also involving Diamond Dallas Page, Jeff Jarrett, and Eric Bischoff on April 25, 2000 in Syracuse, New York, when Arquette pinned Bischoff to win the title. On May 7, 2000 in Kansas City, Missouri, Jeff Jarrett won the title in a triple cage match. Ric Flair defeated Jeff Jarrett on May 15, 2000 in Biloxi, Mississippi. Vince Russo stripped Ric Flair of the title on May 22, 2000 in Grand Rapids, Michigan, then awarded the vacant title to Jeff Jarrett. Kevin Nash stole the title and then faced Jarrett in a no-holds-barred match, which Jarrett won. Kevin Nash won the world title in a triangle match on May 23, 2000 in Saginaw, Michigan, which also involved Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. Kevin Nash gave the WCW World title to Ric Flair on May 29, 2000 in Salt Lake City, Utah. Later that same night, Jeff Jarrett defeated Ric Flair to become champion once again. Booker T defeated Jeff Jarrett on July 9, 2000 in Daytona Beach, Florida. Earlier that night, Hollywood Hulk Hogan faced Jeff Jarrett for the title in a controversial match that ended in a shoot. In reality, Vince Russo wanted Hogan to lose to Jarrett, who would then lose to Booker T. Hogan, however, refused to job to Jarrett, so Russo told Jarrett to just lay down and let Hogan win. Jarrett laid down and Russo threw the belt in the ring at a confused Hogan, telling Hogan to take the belt. After Hogan pinned Jarrett and was declared new champion, he called out Russo for his poor booking decisions before walking out of WCW. Russo reversed the decision, declaring that Jarrett was still champion, who then lost the title to Booker T in an impromptu match. Kevin Nash defeated Booker T on August 28, 2000 in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Booker T regained the title in a cage heat match on September 17, 2000 in Buffalo, New York. Vince Russo won the world title on September 25, 2000 in Uniondale, New York. Vince Russo decided he was not a wrestler and on October 2, 2000 in Daly City, California vacated the title. Booker T defeated Jeff Jarrett on October 2, 2000 in Daly City, California. Scott Steiner defeated Booker T in a straitjacket steel cage match on November 26, 2000 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Booker T defeated Scott Steiner on the last episode of WCW Nitro on March 26, 2001 in Panama City Beach, Florida. The WCW World Championship made its debut in the WWF when Booker T showed up in the Invasion Angle. Kurt Angle defeated Booker T on July 24, 2001 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Booker T regained the title on July 30, 2001 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania after defeating Kurt Angle on Raw's War. The Rock defeated Booker T to become the new WCW World Champion on August 19, 2001 in San Jose, California at SummerSlam. Chris Jericho defeated The Rock on October 21, 2001 in St. Louis, Missouri to become champion. The Rock defeated Chris Jericho on November 5, 2001 in Uniondale, New York. The title was referred to as the World Championship on November 19, 2001 after the demise of the Alliance. Chris Jericho defeated The Rock on December 9, 2001 in San Diego, California after defeating The Rock for the World Championship. Chris Jericho defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin to unify the World Championship with the WWF Championship. The World Championship was retired and the WWF Championship became the undisputed WWF Championship. The World Wrestling Federation was renamed World Wrestling Entertainment. After the WWE Undisputed Championship became exclusive to the SmackDown brand, Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff created the World Heavyweight Championship to be the world title of Raw and awarded it to Triple H. On September 2, 2002 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Triple H was originally the #1 contender for the WWE Undisputed Championship, which dropped the Undisputed moniker. At No Mercy on October 20, 2002, Triple H defeated Intercontinental Champion Kane to unify the Intercontinental Championship into the World Heavyweight Championship. Shawn Michaels won the World Heavyweight Championship on November 17, 2002 in New York, New York. This was the first ever Elimination Chamber match, also involving Triple H, Chris Jericho, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, and Kane. On December 15, 2002 in Sunrise, Florida, Triple H defeated Shawn Michaels in a 3 Stages of Hell match. Goldberg defeated Triple H on September 21, 2003 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. This was a career versus title match. Triple H regained the title on December 14, 2003 in Orlando, Florida after defeating Goldberg and Kane in a triple threat match. Chris Benoit defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels on March 14, 2004 in New York, New York, at WrestleMania 20. Randy Orton became the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in history after defeating Chris Benoit on August 15, 2004 in Toronto, at SummerSlam. Triple H defeated Randy Orton for his 4th world title on September 12, 2004 in Portland, Oregon. The championship was vacated on December 6, 2004 in Baltimore, Maryland, after a double fall occurred in a triple threat match, also involving Chris Benoit and Edge. Triple H defeated Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, Batista, and Edge, on January 9, 2005 in San Juan, Puerto Rico for the vacant title. Batista became the World Heavyweight Champion on April 3, 2005 in Los Angeles, California, at WrestleMania 21 after defeating Triple H. The title became exclusive to the SmackDown brand following the 2005 WWE Draft Lottery. On January 10, 2006 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Batista vacated the title after he was sidelined with a legit triceps injury. That same night, Kurt Angle won a 20-man battle royal for the vacant title. Rey Mysterio defeated Kurt Angle and Randy Orton in a triple threat match on April 2, 2006 in Rosemont, Illinois, at WrestleMania 22. King Booker defeated Rey Mysterio on July 23, 2006 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Batista defeated King Booker in a last chance match on November 26, 2006 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at Survivor Series. On April 1, 2007 at WrestleMania 23 in Detroit, Michigan, The Undertaker defeated Batista to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Edge cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on May 8, 2007 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. On Raw earlier that week he had defeated Mr. Kennedy for the Money in the Bank contract. Edge transferred from Raw to SmackDown after the title win. On July 17, 2007 in Laredo, Texas, Edge vacated the title after he was sidelined with a legit pectoral injury. That same night the Great Khali won a 20-man battle royal for the vacant title. Batista defeated the Great Khali and Rey Mysterio on September 16, 2007 in Memphis, Tennessee. Edge became champion once again after defeating Batista and The Undertaker on December 16, 2007 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Armageddon. The Undertaker defeated Edge on March 30, 2008 in Orlando, Florida, at WrestleMania 24. On April 29, 2008 in Atlantic City, New Jersey, SmackDown general manager Vickie Guerrero stripped The Undertaker of the title for using the Hell's Gate submission hold, which she deemed to be dangerous. Edge defeated The Undertaker in a tables, ladders, and chairs match to win the vacant title on June 1, 2008 in San Diego, California. CM Punk defeated Edge after he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on June 30, 2008 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The title moved to Raw due to Punk's status as a Raw wrestler. Chris Jericho won a scramble match on September 7, 2008 in Cleveland, Ohio. This was a championship scramble match, also involving John Bradshaw Layfield, Batista, Rey Mysterio, and Kane. Jericho was a late replacement for champion CM Punk, who was attacked by Legacy prior to the match. Batista defeated Chris Jericho on October 26, 2008 in Phoenix, Arizona, at Cyber Sunday. Chris Jericho regained the title in a steel cage match on November 3, 2008 in Tampa, Florida, after defeating Batista. John Cena defeated Chris Jericho on November 23, 2008 in Boston, Massachusetts. Edge became world champion for the fourth time on February 15, 2009 in Seattle, Washington. This was an Elimination Chamber match, also involving John Cena, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Mike Knox, and Kane. Edge, a member of the SmackDown roster, attacked Kofi Kingston and replaced him in the match. The title became exclusive to SmackDown due to Edge's status as a SmackDown wrestler. John Cena defeated Edge in The Big Show on April 5, 2009 in Houston, Texas, at WrestleMania 25. The title became exclusive to the Raw brand due to Cena's status as a Raw wrestler. Edge defeated John Cena in a last man standing match on April 26, 2009 in Providence, Rhode Island. The title was returned to SmackDown due to Edge's status as a SmackDown wrestler. Jeff Hardy defeated Edge in a ladder match on June 7, 2009 in New Orleans, Louisiana, at Extreme Rules. CM Punk then cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on Jeff Hardy the same night. Jeff Hardy defeated CM Punk on July 26, 2009 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to regain the title. CM Punk defeated Jeff Hardy in a tables, ladders, and chairs match on August 23, 2009 in Los Angeles, California, at SummerSlam. On October 4, 2009 in Newark, New Jersey, The Undertaker defeated CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell match. Chris Jericho defeated The Undertaker, John Morrison, R-Truth, CM Punk, and Rey Mysterio in an Elimination Chamber match on February 21, 2010 in St. Louis, Missouri. Jack Swagger became World Heavyweight Champion after cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, defeating Chris Jericho on March 30, 2010 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Swagger transferred from Raw to SmackDown upon winning the title. Rey Mysterio won a fatal four-way match on June 20, 2010 in Uniondale, New York. This also involved Jack Swagger, The Big Show and CM Punk. Kane defeated Rey Mysterio after cashing in his Money in the Bank contract on July 18, 2010 in Kansas City, Missouri. Edge defeated Kane, Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio in a fatal four-way match on December 19, 2010 in Houston, Texas. Edge was stripped of the title by SmackDown General Manager Vickie Guerrero on February 15, 2011 in San Diego, California as a result of using the spear, which had been banned in a previous match. Dolph Ziggler was awarded the title the same night by Vickie Guerrero. However, Edge defeated Dolph Ziggler after the returning Theodore Long made a world title match between the two. On April 12, 2011 in Albany, New York, the title was declared vacant due to Edge's retirement. Christian defeated Alberto Del Rio in a ladder match on May 1, 2011 in Tampa, Florida, to win the vacant title. Randy Orton defeated Christian on May 3, 2011 in Orlando, Florida. Christian defeated Randy Orton on July 17, 2011 in Rosemont, Illinois, by disqualification after being hit with a low blow. The stipulations of the match allowed the title to change hands via disqualification. Randy Orton defeated Christian in a no-holds-barred match on August 14, 2011 in Los Angeles, California, at SummerSlam. Mark Henry defeated Randy Orton on September 18, 2011 in Buffalo, New York, at Night of Champions. Big Show defeated Mark Henry in a chairs match on December 18, 2011 in Baltimore, Maryland, to become world champion. Daniel Bryan cashed in his Money in the Bank contract that same night to become world champion. Sheamus defeated Daniel Bryan on April 1, 2012 in Miami, Florida. Big Show defeated Sheamus on October 28, 2012 in Atlanta, Georgia. Alberto Del Rio defeated The Big Show in a last man standing match on January 8, 2013 in Miami, Florida. On April 8, 2013 in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Dolph Ziggler cashed in his Money in the Bank contract to become new world champion. Alberto Del Rio defeated Dolph Ziggler on June 16, 2013 in Rosemont, Illinois, to regain the title. John Cena defeated Alberto Del Rio on October 27, 2013 in Miami, Florida. WWE Champion Randy Orton defeated World Champion John Cena in a tables, ladders, and chairs match on December 15, 2013 in Houston, Texas, to unify both titles. The World Heavyweight Championship was retired and the WWE Championship became the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This was the history of the World Heavyweight Championship.